Okay, so bit of a different video. I'm on FX Replay, and this is basically like a backtesting software. And you can go through all the parts of the market, like you can skip through it. It's basically like market replay. You pick like a select period of time that you want to backtest through, and then you can go through and do it. Has like a journal and stuff. So you can clock all your trades, and it's great for getting out all those mistakes that you need to do and just collecting some data to help improve live trading. And yeah, so what I've noticed, I've just done about 2 hours. The two main trades that I've found have both had something in common, being that so on the hourly chart at the moment, and the thing in common is price coming down into a higher time frame fair value gap. Now, I don't know if it's going to let me go straight into that. Friday 5th. Yeah, so okay, I'll just do it on the latest one just because it's the nearest. So, for example, if we go off the latest one that's just happened on a 4-hour chart or the daily, so I've marked out a higher time frame fair value gap here. Price has done all of this, lots of consolidation, Let's come down into this fair value gap, at which point, it's on the hourly here, zoom out a little bit, it might actually be quite far away. Right, so what we can see here is this. All this business, we've got equal highs up here, which is my eventual long-term target. It's quite nice. FX Replay does previous daily high and previous daily low as like an indicator for you. So it's always helpful for identifying draws on liquidity. Yeah, right. I'm getting sidetracked here. Right, so the main things I'm looking at, or that I've noticed, is price comes down into a higher time frame fair value gap, trades below it, comes back up. Then within that higher time frame fair value gap, we get to New York session. We'll drop down a little bit more. I think it might have been on the 1 minute. Yeah, it was on the 1 minute. So is it 3 minute? You can zoom in a bit here. Right, so what we get is move down at the start of the session, and then an inverse fair value gap forms with a fair value gap above it. It's going to be on a 1 minute chart, isn't it? Is that correct? Mate, this is an absolute. The only problem about going with a few days back with the 1 minute chart. Get it now. Right. So this is the one here. Okay. Sorry about that. A lot of mucking about. So we get inverse fair value gap within this fair value gap here. So this is all happening within a higher time frame imbalance. Price trades back down into it. From here, price pushes up. We get a breaker structure off this candle, and another fair value gap here. And on the third candle, instead of waiting for price to come back down into this, I've been entering off the retracement on the third candle and targeting whatever targets are above. For example, on the first one that I did, I targeted London highs, and we got the trade. And my stop loss is just below the inverse fair value gap. Now, because all of this has happened within that higher time frame imbalance, I'm not expecting price to come back down to this inverse fair value gap. This is just a confluence in line with this fair value gap here. Now, I'm not sure why, but at this point, I know that this third candle is all I need for an entry. So what I've got here there's an entry at 942, 943, and price hitting TP at bang on 11 o'clock, as you can see there. So what does that look like on a higher time frame? We have this massive movement down into this higher time frame imbalance. We have multiple fair value gaps here. Do you know what I mean? So I just targeted the top of the first one, but it did actually go on to fill, you know, the second one. So if I had done that, it would have been a 4.58 to 1 instead of like a 2.95 to 1. So it's one of those. But it's interesting to see because I've just been experimenting with a bunch of different trades. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. Mostly losses, to be honest. But these ones where, you know, a larger time scale is in play, higher time frame point of interest, I've noticed you get the best moves off them, which is interesting. Now, granted, this is only across this 2-hour session that I've just done, but out of that 2-hour session, I must have taken about 10, 11 trades, and these two were the ones that made the most sense and had the best delivery. And yeah, so it's something that I'm going to continue to backtest, and I'll be doing that over the next few weeks, next few months, just to collect a lot more data on it, to see, you know, is this something that I might actually be looking at? Because this is interesting to me compared to the amount of different trade ideas that I've been trying, like in between these two setups. You know, taking into consideration my 7-trade loss streak at the moment on my live account, it's quite important that I do start finding higher probability setups and making sure that I'm executing them correctly, because you know, these are my live funds and I don't want to blow this account. And yeah, so that's, I just wanted to chat about that just so I had like some document of it. Obviously I've got the journal here. I'll show you what that looks like, to be fair. So what it is, you know, you can go in as you make your trade and you can put your notes on it and your screenshots and everything, your confidence level in the trade, your rating on the trade, all sorts. Anything you want to put in there you feel that would be helpful, you can put it in there. But yeah, this is my backtesting done for the day now, so I'm alright with this. But what I can show you is, how do I go back? That's the question. If I just hit back to dashboard. So you can, it collects all your stats basically. You can do different sessions to test out different models. And I think you can get like a whole lot of statistics. So for example, this one I'm working on a 200k account, and you get, you know, everything you need. All your trades, risk, return on investment, and anything you need. I mean, now it is a paid subscription. I think it's like £27 a month or something. I paid that. So you got a journey, analytics. I think on here you can just do a bunch of filters and stuff, and yeah, you can see you can export it. Yeah, so you can compare this between, like, I don't know, like the types of days. You know what I mean? You get a whole bunch of stuff on here just to really, really dive deep into your stats and what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, where you're improving. And yeah, so I've been going since January on this session, and yeah, I think it's a good tool to have, like, to invest in yourself. Like, you can literally go here and look at each screenshot that you need to. If I back up, can I just go down like that? So they have just updated it recently. But yeah, you can see here, that's how it formed. That's my entry. This was the move up. And then this was the after on like a 15-minute chart, just so I could see the context of it. Yeah, I'll put this in the description just in case anyone does see this and they want a good backtesting software, because I've found this is actually quite helpful. I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but yeah, just a good tool to have in your locker. But yeah, that is a setup that I'm going to be backtesting a lot more and hopefully implementing into my live trading going forward. If it is, if there's a good win rate on it, I don't see why I shouldn't. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I just want to document it, and yeah, nice one.